So this is now our fourth day here. It's now Thursday. We had breakfast, coffee, fried bananas, local fruits, and then we were taken down to the boats and taken up the river for about 45 minutes on a tiny little boat. And we got out and we started to go into the forest. There were fields of manioc we had to go through. Eventually we got to the last field of manioc and we plunged off into the forest where we stayed for, I should think, about 4 hours. The longer we were in there, the longer it seemed. Very, very intense experience which you can't imagine, really. Sometimes it was incredibly beautiful, other times the mosquitoes were so intense that they literally were a sort of blanket cloud around your face. And gradually as we got into the forest, you started to feel a whole sort of set of sounds that you don't hear anywhere else, a kind of humming. I don't know whether that will come across in our recordings, but you feel it in your body, a kind of thrumming. And we saw where the jaguars had scratched the trees, and by the time we came back it was about 5 o'clock, and we walked back through the manioc fields, and as we came back Amarildo started up the engine, and then it turned out there was no oil in the engine, so then we had to paddle back. So we took anything we could to paddle back, and as we paddled back suddenly these dolphins started jumping out of the river. And so I think in a sense we felt more what it must have been like. The balloons, by the way, are my fault. They were several packets of balloons that I gave to the children. You'll see them running around. They've gone crazy for them. When we went in, we were with Marlena, and everybody talked about the spirit of the forest, and Marlena painted herself to tell the spirits that we were there. This is Marlena. And what I forgot to say is that after the cacique had told his story, I asked him if we could hear the story from the women's point of view, and Marlena is really central to that.
Então é assim que a gente trabalha, porque assim, quem precisa, né, a gente vai lá, se junta, e aqui na aldeia a gente trabalha o seguinte, a maioria, né, maioria não, todo o povo daqui trabalha em roça, né?
We just took a long, deep pause after being in the forest, and in a kind of daze we wandered back and got into our hammocks. And now this is the last morning. It's a very emotional moment to be leaving today, because in some senses we feel like we've just got to know everybody and we've just arrived.
Cards about to run out.
Right.
Muito bom.
What? All right, we better go and get our boat. This is Marlena.